La leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we ours again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretary. That's what we like to call ourselves and use. Everyone's, all of us. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of person histories, on this our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, and contact, we also calls ourselves other names, such as including ever young goddesses and gods. Now, are we trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all the Elohas and Elohims, all the elite circles and airways, all the females and males, all the created, incarnated souls that God has created and incarnated past, present, futures, because space-time is not linear, can be reunited again back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact via opening the stargates and the Akashic records. Now, does that mean we're trying to usurp the ever-lovings, ever-living's authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever-present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and also that we knows and haves ever knowns and shalls ever knowns, and our loves it, and comes to our loves and our knows, evens betters, past, present, futures, including all our families and communities, females and males, and all the flora and fauna that Goddess God has given us to co-steward and appreciates. And so we also says Namaste, the divines within us, greets the divines within yous and alls. And we says Mikotuya Oyosin, Mikotuya Kosiferal. We are all related, and because we notice that we all are related, we can come together. We cans and shells and comes together back again, reunited, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact. And we also says, therefore, the elites within us greets the elites within yous and alls, conks and pox, and all the languages of the heritages of the heritages and yous, especially as I'm paying attention to the kindness and wisdom of the divine feminine civilizations, the Magdalene eras, and especially the Atlanteans and the Vedics and the Druidics, and all the way back on Buntas, all the way going back and forth to mitochondrial Eves, befores, after, and durings, on this and all our planets. And so we also call ourselves other names, such as co-white calf buffalo women, co-changing women, Iroquois, goddess clan mothers, and in fact, goddess co-sister casinas and co-cousin brothers, goddess and gods. We also calls ourselves clan sisters and brothers. We all calls ourselves co-sky women's and co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas, co-daganach, co-kalki, co-mamamari, co-zarashant, Avlish Kasturas, Kuan Yin's Buddhas, and Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, don't let that word Christ intimidate you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? Greatest kindness and wisdom for all humanities, past, present, futures, on this and all our planets. Back and forth in circles times. Now it's cosmical yeast. And we use that word plural yeast for all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively. And we also call ourselves, therefore, other names, such as co-Estelarianles and co-Easteralianles. That is, co-Aestralianles and co-Aestralianles, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promised, fulfilled, and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is kindness and wisdom reunited. And so we are reuniting the Magdalens and the Nazarenes equally, all the divine feminines reparatively, and all the divine feminines masculinely, and masculines equally, of all their families, communities, and connecting them to their ancient heritages of Atlantis and Thrace and Vedic and Druidic, and more, all the way going back and forth to mitochondrial leaves, before, after, endurance, and beyond. And so we call ourselves, therefore, the very real stargates, Atlantis and all holy lands and sacred earths risen, and last shall be first teams of very real stargates and Star Trek put together for paradises, heavens on this and all our earths. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to co-occurringly to open the stargates and the Akashic records for reborns, nativities, and risens, always springs, humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the Pneumonia Lunar Wool, which you can read at 50/50 round at WordPress.com, and just actually read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and thus so's. And you also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives, you, because you too, shells and cans and shells, joins us in becoming Equinoxtrueqsz Co-Secretary Generals, the The only issue we were kind of concerned about was we be stupid and silly enough to lose our incarnations and not take this opportunity to accomplish this in our current incarnations and on this planet, and lose this planet. But actually, we think we can and shells and cans accomplish this now. We're sure of that, and certainly yes. And so you can see in their names and pictures there. You can't say all of them. You can't say, we say some of those. You see our family trees and their picture frames to represent your families. We start with our great and grandmothers, first go first, and then all of our Shekinahs, all the women of our families, and then equally, especially, essentially also for opening the stargates and the Akashic records. So beloveds, our younger generations, our females and males, our husband and Elohims, all these circles and arrowways. And so we'll say some of the names, because say all of them now. We say, as you're going to say, Queen Esther, Lydia, more recently is Barbara Herschel's, Lydia Cassandra's, and currently it's Virginia Lydia's Valentine, New Times and more there. And we also include, of course, our White Cat Fluffle women, Murder Rosemary and Pearl, and especially right now, Mount Patricia's Sunflowers, and equally Martha and Sophie, and Alluras, and especially Anna Marie Singing Crickets, Lilies, and Marie Singing Crickets, and Alluras, and equally also our Rishis, Yamayas. We have our Goggies and Lillian Gaellas and Josephine Bakers and lots more there. And we have, of course, our Ellens and Hannahs, all as Stellarian families, lots more there. And especially nearest and dearest to our hearts, we have our Venusians, Marians, our Magdalenes, Nazarenes intertwinings, and that includes Estrella, Libertia, and Estrella, lots more there. And especially as beloved to our branches, as Harriet and Radiant Frey, and as Harriet and equally traveling back and forth in circles time, Clara, Jubilant, Jacqueline, Seven Nectars and Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandma Popper, Grandma Nanette, all the greats restored, Grandma Dorothy's teaching and learning all the lessons of the wizardesses and wizardesses of Oz that we all's hearts, connected to Lynn and Jenny and Leonie of the Gaia family, and Rachel and Chaya of the Stargates families, and our current Shekinahs. We have Esther's and Rachel's and Julia Marie's and Anne Marie's, equal Ye's and Barbara's and Dia's Divine and Jenny's and lots more there, and of course our youngest generations. We have April's Arisen, Rose Arisen, Earth's Angelines, all the Vatican and with Ediths, Hesperus and Hillels, Somas Roswati, States and Arsonis, Stasias, especially beloved to us. We have our of course, Vanessa Salia, and with our young men, Vanessa Salia and Harmless with his Wesleys, our young couples, and equals Hadas and Galen, Leon Ross, Ben Chen and Chan, Bright Chen and Jubilant, and Blessed Bell, and more are coming various, always marvelous, miraculously, always Estellarianly, Easterlians, always relatedly sins. Let's make it 11s, pairing our patriarchy, past, present, futures.